welcome back to the Colouring Zone. My name's Helena. So it is time in the month. I am a little bit late, so I do apologise. I am recording this on the 4th of August. It's been a bit of a busy one. Anyway, so I will move all of these out of the way and we can get going. So the first one I would like to share with you is one that I don't actually have. I will insert a picture. So it was from Joanna Basford's Worlds of Flowers. So this is her postcard edition. It was a bee that I completed, and I've actually sent it to a friend. So the bee was just a bee, and then the honeycomb I've actually added. So I used Helen Elliston's tutorial book. I think I've actually got the stencil in here. So it's one that I bought very recently, so you would have seen it in my latest, well, yeah, in my haul video. So I used this one here, and then I followed her tutorial. I think it was this side that I actually followed. But anyway, so I'm really happy with how it came out, and I think my friend really liked it, so that's quite good. I used Gansai Tambi watercolour for some of the honeycomb, and then I filled the rest of them in with pencil. And then I also used Prismacolors for all of it, I think. And then I put a workable fixative over the top of it, just so it wouldn't go everywhere. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that one. It was a nice one to do. I did spend quite a bit of time on it just because, well, it's for a friend's birthday, so I wanted to sort of like, I suppose it is different when you're actually giving it to someone, isn't it? But anyway, so there's that one. Where to put things. So the next one, you would have seen a sneak peek. I did a video on how I use washi tape in my colouring books. So I will link that here if you're interested and haven't watched it. So I did the first double page spread. This was quite early in the month, so I completely forgot about it, if I'm honest. So I did this one here. Some of the washi tape is sort of like peeling a little bit. I used the Derwent drawing pencils for all of the pencil work, and I added in, so this side had all of this sort of like foliage stuff, and then I drew all of this in on this side, and used a fine liner, and actually it was really, really fun to do. So I've just noticed that I've got pencil lines in certain spots, but it doesn't bother me. I used the Sakura black glaze pen for the claws and for the noses. Yeah, so it's just a bit different. I really wanted to just cover this in washi tape, which is what I did. And then I was like, oh, how am I going to incorporate it and try and make it so it is a double page spread? So anyway, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the result. The next page I did on camera. So this was just testing out the what are they called? So they're the Eco Faber-Castell Super Soft. I will also link that here, that video. So there are some budget pencils that I bought from eBay. Anyway, if you're interested, you can check that on there out too. So those are those ones. So I think that's the last of sort of the smaller. But the next one is, this is Lulu Mayo, and this is A Million Bears. And the page that I did, you would have also seen this one, because I did share it in my washi tape video that I did earlier on this month. I don't think I've sealed this, so I really need to put something in between it. I don't know why I've taken it out. So I've used washi tape on this bit, here, so in a few places. Do you know what? I actually cannot remember which. I think I used polychromos for this completely. I could be wrong. No, I think I did. I think it was just polychromos that I've used. And then I used a Mod Podge, the Extreme Glitter one, which is gold. And I've also put some, I think it was the Arteza white gel pen that I've used over the top. So you might be able to hear my son. He's just had a bath and my husband is just getting him changed, so you might be able to hear that. Anyway, yeah, so I put washi tape down here, and then I've used some like gel pens and stuff. So it was a really fun one. I've used soft pastels for the background. I think it was like it was just a cheap, I say cheap, they're the Faber-Castell pastels that you can get. I think it's in a 48 set. So there's that one. Sorry, I'm knocking the camera, guys. So the next one, is it this one? Yes. So this one here was actually a colouring, a tag. So it was Wrenn's birthday. It was her birthday month. So one of the prompts was like anything that's like birthday related to cake, or I mean obviously this one here's got like a, yeah, got a candle in the cupcake. So had really fun with this one. You also seen this in the washi tape video because I used washi tape and I demonstrated it on camera for you guys. I used Bambino crayons for this, majority of it. And then I've also used the Faber-Castell gelatos in metallic, and then the Arteza loose glitter, which is just so much fun. I absolutely love it. I love that glitter. I think it is quite pricey, but I can imagine, even though it's in a tiny little pot, I'm just going to pour it on, and then whatever I don't use doesn't stick to the page because there's no glue there. And then I'm just going to put it back in there because it is quite pricey. I didn't get it on offer, but anyway, so there's that one. So it was really fun. I really enjoyed doing this one, and I used, oh, I forgot to mention, I used for the background and for here, so for the large space, I used these crayons. I can't pronounce it to save my life, so I'm just going to show you. So it's these ones. So I was enabled by Lucy at so Lucy just adds colour on here on YouTube, and I used a couple of the colours, and yeah, so anyway, so it just finished it off, and it was quite a large space, and I didn't want to use pencil. I just wasn't feeling it. So there's that one. I hope I'm all in shot. Yeah, so there's that one. So yeah, really enjoyed that one. So that one there's for I believe her name's Wrenn Kelley. Unfortunately, I didn't actually put it on. I didn't put it on Instagram, which I should have done really. Yeah, yeah. So there's that one. So the next one is, so this one is, oh sorry, I should have said, so this is A Million Llamas, and this is by Lulu Mayo, and I used purely the Bambino crayons for this one. Yes, and that was it. I think I did actually use some stickles, waterfall stickles, and also some like sparkly gel pen. I can't remember which one, if I'm honest, and I haven't written it down, but hopefully you can see the sort of the sparkle. And I've also used a clear glaze on the dolphins. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that one. It was good fun. It didn't take me very long. I think it took maybe about an hour. And it was just while my son was sort of crawling around and doing his thing. So there's that one. Yeah, I am absolutely in love with Lulu Mayo's books, and I don't have all of them. I'm thinking maybe I should just buy all of them because I seem to be liking them a lot. So the next one, so this was, I wasn't planning to do this page because I didn't know about it, but this is also for a colour along, or like a tag, not a tag, but like a hashtag. I'm not really very good when it comes to like the social media stuff like Instagram, and like I'm a bit slow on that sort of stuff. but it's for so Corey, I believe it was Corey, so Colourfully Optimistic, and also the Colouring Diva, and I think also Elm Colours was involved in this. So it's Christmas in July. So I actually have already done this page before, but it was on a postcard, so it was quite a bit smaller. So I did this one. Now, I really wasn't very happy with my background to start with. It was like that really ugly stage, and I just thought, oh. So I used gelatos. So 2 of them were like from the pastel set, and one of them is Comet, which is from the iridescent set. And then I used Prismacolors for the rest of it. And do you know what I've just realised? I've not actually filled in like some of the what do you call it, you know, like the windows. So technically this is actually a whip, but I'm sure you can forgive me. So it's almost finished, and then I used a stencil, so a stencil that I recently purchased, and then I just went over it with one of the, do you know, I keep referring to them as the German Neo colours, so these. So I used the white and literally just went over the stencil, and it has sort of, it's raised, and I use quite a lot of pigment doing it, but I don't actually mind it. Like, I actually really like it. So I'm quite happy with this one. Yeah, so it was a good one to do. I haven't finished it. I attempted this, so the snow, I attempted to try and put some of the pinks and stuff in the sky, reflect them in the snow. Whether I've peeled that off, I've got no idea. I think it's like one of these pages that I think I need to obviously finish it first and then put it away for a while, and then maybe I'll come back to it and think, actually no, I like it a bit more now. But yeah, I did have an issues with the background. And actually, do you know what, that white is very, very opaque, considering this was the gelatos, and I used that white to make like a halo effect, and it's actually worked very, very well. I can see that there is some of the pink that's sort of smeared into it. I really should probably set this, to be honest, because there is quite a lot of pigment down on the paper and it is going to move. So anyway, so there's that one. So that is for the colour along July, Christmas in July. So there's that one. So I'm really pleased I've done that, because, you know, I am born on Christmas Day. My birthday is on Christmas Day, so I have to wait all year for, well, not really for presents, but, you know, it's just, I love Christmas. I really like Christmas, and it's great being born on Christmas Day, because, do you know what? All of the family are all together. And not many people get that on their birthday, so I'm actually really glad that I'm born on Christmas Day. So the next one is a buddy colour with the lovely Colouring Diva. So this page I mentioned it in one of the tag videos. I can't remember exactly, but I mentioned the fact that, you know, it's a scavenger challenge. And one of them was a whale. So anyway, so we decided that we were going to do this page together, and it is going to be for a couple of months because it's a very, very busy page, and it's actually this one. So I might zoom you out. Oh no, can you see? Yep. So I am using, at the moment, what I have used is Albrecht Dürer watercolours, pencils. So I've activated it. I've done a couple of layers, I think, actually. And then I'm using I've only used polychromos for the rest of it, and a bit of Graphy tin in the pan set. Now, I don't think I've mentioned this to Kay yet, actually. So if you're watching, Kay, just to let you know that actually me and my husband were talking about it. Now, we don't actually think this is a whale. We think it's actually an orca, because the tails are just, a whale's tail is not like that, and neither are there like fins. So we think it's meant to be an actual orca. And I've I've coloured it as if it's not realistic, I know, but it's not what I was expecting. It really threw me off when my husband was like, yeah, no, it doesn't look like it's a whale. It looks like it's meant to be like one of the orcas. So anyway, it can be whatever we want it to be. So this is a very busy page, but I am having a lot of fun doing it. So I've used Secure Glaze on top of the fishes that I've done so far, and as I said, I'm using polychromos, but they just don't seem to be as like, they're not like popping off the page. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I've used quite a few layers. It just seems to be they're quite dark. Yeah, they just seem to be quite dark, and I don't know whether I might actually use a few other brands of pencils and just see how I get on. I mean, the reds are quite pigmented, but it just, yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure, like, yeah, there's something that's bothering me about it. Anyway, but I like how it's coming out so far. I feel like I've really made a lot of progress. I know there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be coloured in on this one, but it's like a labour of love. I still can't quite believe that I'm actually tackling this page, but I'm doing it in sections, so I'm grouping things together. So I did the background first because I thought that was the biggest, you know, hurdle for me anyway, mentally, I suppose. And then I did the whale, and then I did all of the things within the, well, it's not a whale, it's an orca. And then I've done like some of the fishes, and now I'm just sort of like, I'm trying to balance the page. So some of the colours that I've used in here, I'm putting them down here and down here. So it's sort of making it so it's more like systematic rather than this massive task and how am I going to do it. So it's actually going quite relatively well considering. So yeah, it's a really nice one, and I have sorted out my polychromos. They're now in order and they're numbered, which is just, you know, amazing. So I think it is making it a little bit easier when looking for like colour choices and things. So there's that one, my labour of love. So hopefully me and Kay should be sharing our completed pages of that, like, you know, sort of like maybe September, October time. I think we've kept it quite loose because we know it's a big one. So this one here, so this is Seasons, and this is by Hannah Carlson. Now I did so it's another green background, but I did it slightly differently. So I did use the gelatos, and then what I used was, I actually used Inktense. So the parts that's like really, you know, there's lots going on and there's lots of little spaces in between elements. I did the background first, and I didn't want to muddy it too much, not knowing what I was going to use for the actual flowers. So what I ended up doing is filling it in with like a really light green of the Inktense. So it was the travel set, I think it's set 1. Anyway, so it actually worked really well, and I'm really happy with how it's come out. I was like so close to just abandoning this page, and I thought, no, I'm just going to keep going, and I'm really glad I pushed through. So I did this in a video. I demonstrated and I used this washi tape and showed you how I do it. And then I've used Inktense, obviously, as I said, and the gelatos. And then I've used Inktense for the flowers, some of the leaves. Now, the big flowers are Inktense. The small flowers and her skin and her hair is all pencil. And then I used the Paul Rubens like metallic-y, shiny, sparkly paints for some of this, some of the butterfly, and also on her tattoos. So I'm really pleased with it. I think the difference it's made a massive difference, because before I like have coloured things in with like metallic pinks and stuff, and then I've not like gone back over the black lines, and oh my gosh, it makes such a big difference, particularly with these flowers here. Before they were sort of like, there was no definition because the line art was the line art was sort of like vanished a little bit. And then what I use is a stencil over here, here and here. So, and I literally just got a baby wipe and just sort of rubbed it away. I also used the Winsor & Newton gold ink, and I sort of splattered it. I say splattered it, I actually used one of those like dotting tool things. I have mentioned it before. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm really pleased with this. It came out so much better than what I thought it was going to, and actually I was really close to just abandoning it, so I'm quite proud of myself, but I managed to stick it out and finish it, and I actually am happy with the result. So yeah, that's a win. So there's that one. Now my next one, oh, let me just move this out of the way. So the next one is Pop Manga. So this is Cute and Creepy colouring book, and this is by Camilla D'Erico. So this was also a buddy colour for Kirsty Colour and Sketch. Now there was a bit of confusion, which I think is completely my fault. So we arranged to do this, or I spoke to Kirsty via email about doing this buddy colour at the end of last month, as in June. And I didn't state that I wanted it to be buddy colour for July. So there was, I was like, yeah, Kirsty's not shared it. I wonder why she's not shared it in her July complete pages. And I commented and she said, yeah, it was for June. So I will insert a picture of Kirsty's beautiful page. It's absolutely stunning. So this is my page. I'll insert the picture here. Now, this one here is my page. Now, I've used loose glitter on this, and so it has like sort of stuck a little bit. Oh, am I going to take some of the glue off? Probably. Yeah, I'm going to have to like, I don't know, do something differently next time, because I don't think every time I open it, I don't want it to be doing that. So here is mine. So I used gelatos for the background, and then I used Inktense as a base, and then I believe it was all Prismacolor. I was going to go over with some Sakura glaze for the eyes and lips, and have not done it, which is quite typical of me really. So on this page I started putting down a washi tape over the snakes. And then after I've thought about it, and I thought, actually, I think it sort of takes away from her. And I did think about, you know, sort of imitating what Kirsty did. She went over the black lines with the white gel pen, which looks absolutely lovely. It looks really, really nice. But I decided not to do that and actually leave it how it was, because I'm quite happy with how it looks. I did actually use some black Sakura glaze on the eyes, so I'm just gonna, because it is sort of shimmery, the gelatos that I've used, and then obviously the glitter as well, and then it's the Arteza white gel pen. Actually, I think I did start using the Arteza gel pen, and then I ended up using the Signo one because it seemed to go over it better. But anyway, so yeah, I'm really pleased with how this came. So thank you very much, Kirsty, for doing this buddy colour with me. And yeah, so there's that one. I'm really looking forward to doing more in this book. I think it's so beautiful. Do you know what? I'm going to do it so it's that way. Yeah. So there's that one. So the next one was actually a whip from last month. Look at the state of this book. So dirty, look. I need to give it a good wipe. So yes, this was a buddy colour. Not a buddy colour. This was a page that I did from, so it was from last month, and I completed it this month. So I didn't do too much to it. There was just a few of the details that I needed to sort of finish. So here it is. So I used the dough and pastel paint set, and then I've used various gel pens and various watercolours. So I've used Paul Rubens for a few things I can see, and then I also used KJ Designs paints for the stars. I used polychromos for the rest of it, and also the artful watercolours for the hand, just trying to remember. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how it came out. It is a little bit messy in places, like I can see where, do you know what, I think we were staying with my in-laws and I completely forgot, and I was tidying away and it was still wet, and then I closed the book, which is obviously really silly, but yeah, I think that's what it is, some of the smudging. So that's my last page. So I feel like it's been relatively productive. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with what I've achieved. I managed to do a few of the ones that I'd set out to, and more actually, because I did do a couple that were sort of like colour alongs. So yeah, I'm really pleased with what I've accomplished, and hopefully August will be another good month, and I shall see you really soon. Bye everyone.